Well, here we have the latest addition to my minivan family. And this one here is the saddest, ugliest looking van you will ever come across. It is a 1995 Caravan CV, so the cargo model. No windows in it. Steel wheels, lots of rust. It's got the big cargo mirrors on it, which they're nice and big. They're not adjustable from inside. You know, power wise, you got to adjust them out there. Yeah, I don't know. It might be good for something. I don't know if I'd like having those on a regular van or not. So besides the rust and just plain sad look, it went through some damage, had the headlights smashed out, and then previous owner tried to keep it going. He mounted up some headlights there, some turn signals, and I'll show you under the hood in a minute. And actually they all do work. A lot of electrical hackery going on, and it does run. It actually runs good. I drove it home. I actually bought it a long time ago, and then I had it hidden in the back lot at work where we store a bunch of equipment and stuff, and I started to get on my case because snow was coming, and so I had to get it out of there and bring it to, clutter up my own house, which not like I don't have enough clutter as it is. By the way, it's Christmas Eve day, and yeah, it's like 40, 42, I don't know. It's in the 40s. Hardly any snow so far this year. And yeah, so far so good. Oh yeah, when I first bought it, it had this gate. It was missing this piece here, and it had this gate latch thing attached here. I did change that right away because I had that piece, and you had to, whenever you were moving it around, you had to roll the window down in order to let yourself out. Yeah, it's attached there. And so yeah, inside, not very nice. It does have a really nice, it's got a CD and cassette radio. Must have been junkyard out of another van. I see this seat is like a regular cloth seat. I see this one here is the original indestructible vinyl. Came with a brand new oil pan, which is the oil pan is all bashed and leaks and stuff. So apparently somebody had some ambition at one time that they were going to put a new oil pan in it, but never happened. It's got this little cardboard headliner. It does have a fair amount of gauges. It's not the absolute cheapest one. It's got it's got a temperature, it's got an oil pressure gauge, volts gauge. Temperature gauge doesn't work. That's why this thing here is there, which does work. And it's got the rubber floor mat instead of any carpet, which I'll look back there later. It's too hard to turn around. And the funny thing is that if you look underneath, the floorboard is rusted, and it's got some like plywood jammed under here. Must have done it when they changed the seat. And that's not really a thing. Caravans don't really have a problem with the floorboards rusting out. I guess it's probably the rubber floor mat thing, not allowing it to, whatever, breathe. So, keychain, isn't it? Crank windows. Let's see what else. I'll start it in a minute. Yep. The windows do go up and down. Hatch has got a little bit of rust in it, but not bad. No button to release the hatch. I guess that was an option. See the little hold up things still work. That's a bonus. I'll have to grab those before this van goes bye-bye. It's got good taillights on it. Just really, you know, I bought this thing. I should say I intercepted this thing on the way to the junkyard or the scrapyard because it's pretty sad. That's what you got with a Caravan CV cargo van, I guess that would refer to. No windows, just a rubber floor mat in the front, like a half little shorty headliner up there made out of cardboard. You got the heavy-duty vinyl seats. And I see this one has the cutout to do the fuel pump, which is, I've done that before too. It's not a bad idea. Door still rolls just fine. Yeah. Use some great stuff foam. That wasn't even me. I'm not the only one that uses that. Better view of that seat with the just heavy duty vinyl seat. That's really not bad. Looks all right. All right, I'll start it up and open the hood. Starts right up. I did just have it run a few minutes ago, of course, but it does start right up. Yeah, so like I said, this one has the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. And runs pretty good, actually. Yeah, doesn't sound bad. It leaks oil like crazy. And I think I already mentioned that too. But doesn't seem to have a blown head gasket. So that's what a lot of these are good motors, except they do tend to go through head gaskets, which is not a huge deal. Yeah, I see it's got the wrong radiator in it. It's got a brand new alternator. Charges properly. Yeah, it's got the wrong radiator. I think that's off a newer van. And as far as fans go, it's got these two using the zip ties through it, and then it's got a switch that you have to turn on from under the hood. Go figure. I see the fan was in the back. The original fan was in the back, but it was all smashed. A little bit of belt squeak is there. Missing that cover, obviously. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. Not much good left on it. I was gonna Into the rear axle. The rear axle is not rusted at all, which is a problem on these vans. So you hate to see a non-rusted rear axle go to the scrapyard. And same thing with the hatch and some of the things like that. So I bought it for parts. I did drive it home. It's not very nice. I didn't get on the highway. I think there's a lot of like super worn out suspension things going on, because you get it up 50 miles an hour or so and it starts to feel a little bit sketchy. But the brakes work. Transmission shifts good. And yeah, the 2.5, I know I've owned those before and I like them just fine. They're better with a 5-speed. With the automatic, it's a nice little around town vehicle, and it does do highway speeds just fine. But if you're like on the on-ramp, and the on-ramp is kind of an uphill ramp, and you got to get in there with a bunch of cars that are going 70, 75, you're slow moving traffic, that's for sure. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, 1995 Dodge Caravan CV. All right, bye.